Okay guys, so we're looking at the benchmark review, getting ready for the 9 weeks assessment. So I'm going to go through the whole review this time so that you can review and be prepared for the test. The first part, you are simplifying the expressions. So when we simplify, we've got to look, can we distribute? Okay, then we need to identify the like terms, and then we've got to combine like terms. So looking at number 1, there is no distributing, there's no parentheses, but looking for the like terms. Okay, so I see this 3n, I also see this 4n, I see a 2, and I see a 1. So now combining those things, 3n plus 4n give me 7n, 2 plus 1, that combines to be 3. So we end up with 7n plus 3, okay? Comparing our answers, and right here D, 3 plus 7n is equivalent because with addition you can put it in either order. Number 2, do we have to distribute? No. Identifying like terms, negative 5p, positive 5p. Those are opposites. So negative 5p plus 5p, that equals 0. So that means that D is the answer. Number 3, do we have to distribute? No. Identify like terms. We have a 7x and I have this negative 10x. The minus has to come with it and so 7x minus 10x. Those are going to combine. That's going to give us negative 3x. That makes the answer A. Number 4, do we have to distribute? No, but identifying like terms. We have 10n, we have negative 3n, and then this 3 is just a constant. There's no variable with it, so it cannot combine. So 10n minus 3n gives us 7n. And then we just bring the 3 with it. 7n plus 3. That means that C is our answer. Okay? Now, next section, solving the equation. So we need to find out what the variable equals. So, number 5, let's see. Do we have to distribute? No. Can I simplify this? Any like terms to combine? No. So, let's go ahead and solve it. I'm going to rewrite it right here so that I have some room. Okay, so first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move the constant because my goal is to get the variable by itself. 3 minus 3 is 0. That's going to leave me with 3x equals 33. Then I'm going to move the coefficient. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. So that gives me x equals 11. So that means A is the answer. Okay. Number 6. I'm going to rewrite it so that I have room to solve this. We have 4. 1 minus 4p equals 84. Okay. So, do we have to distribute? Yes, we have these parentheses, so we're going to distribute 4 times 1 and then 4 times negative 4p. Remember that minus, that negative has to come with it. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times negative 4p is negative 16p equals 84. Can we simplify and combine like terms? No, we can't. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to move our constant. Minus 4, minus 4. Okay. That's going to give us negative 16p equals 80. Okay. Now, we're ready to get rid of our coefficient. Divide by negative 16. Divide by negative 16. That's going to leave us with p equals 80 divided by negative 16 is going to give us negative 5. So P equals negative 5. C is our answer. Okay, continuing on solving equations. Number 7. Okay, do we have to distribute? Yes, we're going to distribute right here. This negative 7, or negative 6 has to be multiplied times x, and then negative 6 times 7. So negative 6 times x gives us negative 6x. Negative 6 times 7 gives us negative 42. And then bring down everything else. Okay, now looking for a like term. So right now I can't simplify on either side, but what I do need to do is I need to start collecting terms on the same side. I need to move x's to one side, I need to move x's to one side and the constants to the other side. So let's see, to be able to do that, we're going to go ahead, we're going to move this 6x. It's the smallest, so we're going to move it. Okay, so that'll leave us with negative 42 equals 38 plus 10x. Now we're going to move our constants. So minus 38 minus 38. Okay, so negative 42 minus 38. So when we do that, that's going to give us negative 80 equals 10x. Okay, now we need to divide by 10. Divide by 10. That's going to leave us with x equals negative 8. So looking at our answer choices, B is our answer. Now let's look at number 8. Okay, so do we have to distribute? Yes, we do. So we're going to distribute right here. Okay, negative 5 times P gives us negative 5P. Negative 5 times 6, negative 30. And then bring down the rest. Can't forget to bring down the rest or we'll end up with making a mistake just because we're missing a piece of our equation. Okay, now can we combine like terms to simplify this? Yes, right here we have this negative 30 and this negative 8. They can combine and that will help us simplify things before we start solving. So now we have negative 5P. Negative 30 minus 8 gives us negative 38, and then bring down everything else. Okay, now we need to start moving variables to one side, constants to the other. So I'm going to move this this negative 5p, so I'm going to do the opposite, just plus 5p, plus 5p. Okay, that's going to leave us with negative 38 equals negative 28 plus 2p. Now we need to move our constants to the other side. So we're going to add 28, add 28. That's going to give us negative 10 equals 2p. Now we need to get rid of the coefficient. So we're going to divide by 2. Divide by 2, because remember guys, when you have this variable right beside the number, they are multiplying. So we want to do the opposite. So we want to divide. Negative 10 divided by negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5, and that equals p. So looking for negative 5. There you go. So D is the answer. Now, let's go ahead and look at these word problems. Number 9. So we have Daniel's renting a bike from Heather's Bikes, and it costs $12, plus he's going to have to pay $5 for every hour. Now, he spent $52. So let's come up with an equation that we can solve to figure this out. Okay? So if we know that he spent $12, but that's not all that he spent. He had to spend the $12 one time, but then he had to spend $5 for every single hour. And when he combined all of that, he ended up spending $52. Now we have an equation to solve. So we're going to move we've got to get our variable by itself. So we're going to move the constant. That leaves us with 5h equals 40. We divide by 5, divide by 5. So h equals 8. So how many hours did he rent the bike? He rented the bike for 8 hours. Now, let's look at number 10. The sum, okay, I know sum means addition. The sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 54. What is the smallest of these numbers? So consecutive even numbers. So that means he had a number. That was the first number. The next number would have been x plus 2 because it's even. And then the next number would have been x plus 4. And when he added when you add all of those numbers up together, we end up with 54. Now we have an equation to solve. Let's first simplify. Let's combine some like terms. We have all of these x's that we can combine, and we also have our 2 and our 4. Okay, combine our x's, we end up with 3x plus 6 equals 54. Minus 6 minus 6. It's going to leave us with 3x equals 48. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. That's going to leave us with x equals 16. Okay, so the smallest of the numbers was 16. Okay. On our next section, we need to find the square root. Guys, you need to be studying these square roots, making sure that you have these memorized. Remember, square root, we want to know a number multiplied by itself is going to equal that number. So square root of 1, something times something equals 1. And these need to be the same number. Okay? So we know that 1 times 1 gives us 1. So the square root of 1 is 1. Okay? Number 12, I know that 11 times 11 equals 121. So that means that B is the answer.